Hi, welcome back to the course Modeling of Digital Service. In this tutorial, we'll go through how to use Axure to create few elements that you can use in your project, website, or whatever you are creating. So we'll be looking at how to embed a video or map in your project or application, whatever you'll be doing, how to create a tab, how to create a login, how to edit a form, and create a pop-up or switch, to create a switch on and off. Mostly you use this on mobiles a lot. So without wasting time, let's get into it. First, let's look at video. So to embed a video or a map, there's one widget that you have to use called iframe. So here, if you select the default one, you will see iframe. You can drag and drop, make it as big as you want. And once you are here, once it's selected, if you click on the style, you could see you can hide the borders. So that's one thing. We could also say that we don't need this scroll bar, so never show them. So now you can't even see what, but once it's selected, you see. And here in the target is where you need to place the link for the video. So in this case, you will select the external one, and then let's assume that our video is on YouTube. So I'll simply go to YouTube like that, and since we are doing embedding this one, you cannot just use this link. You need to click on share, and here embed, and then inside this one you copy this embedded link. You copy that and then back to your Axure and then place that one here. So you see that nothing is showing because we haven't selected to show the preview, but I think we could probably click here and say, okay, show preview image. So here it says no preview. So if you right click and click on this, you can say, and this is more video, so we can do this. So then you see that you've done something here. Let's preview this quickly. It's opening in my other menu, so I will just push it back. So this is how it looks. Nicely done. So that's how to basically embed a video. Now let's move on to the map. So as I mentioned earlier, the same iframe could be used, and in most cases you might use this if you have a website or something. The contact site, the contact form part, mostly you want to show a location. Not only that, but in most cases it could even be a form, but or event location, but you want to show the users the location. And here preview, we can select map. So we haven't put anything, and then the target, and then we select that. So again, let's go back to here, and let's assume we want to place Laria's location there. So if we click, then here we'll have the share. If you click on share, and from here we have the embed map, and you can copy this code here, but I think what we need is only this part. So let's go back a little bit. I think it ends here. Okay, it selects everything. So what you can do, you do that, and then you can then place this on a notepad or something, and then you can then the notepad is opening in all the three screens. So just bear with me for a second. We can do this and then copy what we need. So just Did I go too far? Okay, so there we go. We have this one, and let's just copy what we need. So from here all the way to the side, so that's the link you need to copy, and then back to Axure, you can place that link here and click OK. So now if we again preview this, there you have it, and you see it's here. So that's how to also place a map. Now let's move on to the tab. So we want to create a tab like we just saw here. These are tabs. You click and then it shows the content. You click and then it shows the content. Something like that. So in this case, what I'm going to do, let's start with maybe just this one. And you can copy the same thing here. And what I want to do, maybe this is not having any border, so let's put, actually we could select both and put it that way. Okay, so once you are clicking, so let's put this as login and this as sign up. So when we click on this, we want to see the login information, and then when I click on this, then we see the sign up information to sign up. So from this we can then put this as the place where our content will be, but you know that this is going to be dynamic. It's going to be dynamic. I need this whole thing to be behind this one, and it's for a reason which I'll explain later. So, or maybe I'll just, if we put it up here, it will still be, you will see the difference, and now I'll explain. So from here we need this to be dynamic. So when we click here, something shows. When we click here, something shows. So I can right click on this and say create a dynamic panel. So the state 1 will be let's say the login details, and then we can maybe copy the same thing here, and here we can add another state. Of course, you can also click here, and from here you can add a second, or just copy this, and that will be our state 2, and that will be sign up. Okay, so as you can see, we have the dynamic panel here, and we have this. Now what I want to do, I want this side to be rounded, this side to be rounded, and then when user clicks, I want this the background of this to be white, so that it differentiates from this one. And when you mouse over, I want the text to turn to blue, indicating that you can click on it. So let's see what we can do. Let's first click here and there, and then if we drag this a little bit to say 4, 5, then you see the corners are now rounded, but I don't want this area to be rounded, and I don't want this area to be rounded. So if I select this one and then I'm here, so these are the corners of this particular circle. So I can basically click on this, on these, and hide everything so that only this side is rounded. The same way, I'll select this one and I want to hide these and leave only this side. So again, now you see these areas are perfectly rounded. Now the next thing, I will select both, and we can actually right click on it and click select effect or style effect. So when we mouse over, we want the font color to change to blue, like that, so to indicate that you can click on it. So that's one. And then when any of these are selected, We want to fill it with white color like that. Perfect. And then basically those are probably the main thing. And there's one more thing. Once it's selected, we want the bottom line to be gone or kind of hidden completely. So you click on selected, and here border visibility, when we select which of the borders do we want to hide. So I'll click on this, and now I'll say that I want to hide this side. Good. Now the reason why I was trying to place this one at the back so that the line below here will be on top is because if I hide the line and this one, the line of this one is on top, then there will still be a border here. But when I select, I want this side to be empty. So that was the reason I wanted to place this one to the back so that this is on top, so that when I hide the line, then this whole area will be empty. Good. So we have here, if we sign up and then log in. Okay, so we need to now put in interaction. When I click on this, I want to make sure that this is being selected, and when I click on this, I want to make sure that state 2 is being selected. So when you select and then go to interaction and say on click or tab, what we want to do, we want to set this dynamic panel to state 1. Perfect, we are done. The next thing, at the same time, we want to ensure that the set selected, so we want to make sure that this is set to selected. So that is did we put a name? Maybe not, but I think we can see from here. So the login should be set to selected because we already defined what should be in terms of selected. So here in Axure, true means that's the selected states, and then false means not selected states. So then the next thing, if we select this one, then we want to make sure that this is not in the selected state. So in this case, I will say that set sign up to false. So we want to make sure that if this is selected, then this is not selected. And at the same time, we can come here and say that on click or on tab, set the dynamic panel to state 2. That is a sign up form. And at the same time, we want to set the, let's say, sign up form to true, that is selected state. And then we also want to set the login to false. So that's the quick thing. Let's try to preview what we have now. I think it's opening somewhere here. So now if I click on this, you see, even though the line here may have been hidden, but still this is there, and it's because this is, I think, on the top and this is below. But we'll go back and check that one. But then if I click, you could see that these are swapping and the content is changing. So let's go back quickly and fix that. So we will select this dynamic panel and here send it back. Now we can come here and refresh the page, and now when I click, so this is how to create the tabs. Quite easy and nice. There's one more thing we want to do. Once we are coming, the page is loading, you realize that login is here, so this should be set to selected by default. So what I would need to do, go back here, and then from here I can say that on page load, set login to true. That means to select a state. So if we go back and refresh this page, do I have 2 pages? Okay, that's it. So it's used to be this one. Okay, so now you see it's already selected. Maybe I just click this way, so you see now it's selected, and when I click on this, it switched to 2, come back. So perfect. So that is how to create tabs, easy as that. The next thing is the login. So now we are in state 1. We need to create a login. So what I need to do, okay, let's go with the test failed. Good. So we want to log in, and with this one, if you want to also make the corners rounded, once it's selected, click on style and come here. So this is the area you can just put like that, and now it's rounded. So that's how to. And as always, name convention. So this will be our I'll say username. Then we will have, let's copy that here to say password. Okay, we can put hints inside these ones. So the hints, once this is selected, we can click on interaction, and here you have hint test. So let's say enter username. Now here, what should happen if user click inside? We want to, as soon as this becomes focus, I want to hide it, and this is how this will look. And if it's too close to here, then I can select and come to padding and say that the left side should be maybe 10. And now we have space here. I could do the same thing with this as well. And this will be, again, go to here and say enter password, for example. But aside this also, because I have the option to hide this test as soon as the user clicks on that one, maybe they might forget what was the test there, and I don't want them to be going back and forth. So to make it more easy for them to see what to type there, I'll put here username, so that if they click here and this get hidden, they still can see what to type inside the field, inside that field. And here will be password. Good. So the next thing probably that I might need is maybe a checkbox somewhere to say remember me, and then maybe I also need a link that will allow users to forget password, for example, to reset their password. Okay, question mark there will be fine. Good. And then the login button here. Perfect. Let's see, this was 5 and mine was 4, so let's just keep it even. 3 is fine. So you can always change the *1 from here. Okay, good. So now that we have this, we also need, we can put in some effect now. So let's select these ones. What we want to do is that when we click on this and either the password or the username or the password is wrong, we want to highlight the border, change the border color to red. So what I can do is to select both, right click, go to effect and click on error, and say that once if there is an error, then the border, I'm looking for the border color or the line, should be red. Okay, good. Let me quickly look for some colors I might want to use for this. I'll just look for. Now we need to also create like alert or error message here, and that's what I'm looking for, the proper color for that. So just bear with me for a second. I'll just check here and pick some good color for this. Okay, now I got something that I think we can use. So here I want to fill this color with, okay, actually this is okay, I don't have to do anymore. And then inside this one we can say that let's say, do I have an example of test? Is it coming? So I want to use this for the font, so either the password or username you entered or typed is wrong. So I don't want to put individual, because then I don't want to give the person, if it happens to be a hacker, I don't want to give them the hint that the username is right but the password is wrong. So I'm just throwing them in between so they don't know which one is actually wrong. And here I can put this as error. It's important that you name them, and then we can actually set this to heading. Set to heading. Okay, so now that is headed, and this is the login button, for example. Let's see, this is rename, this is name. So now the next thing is for us to create our conditions of login. So here I'll just click on interaction and click on this. So on click or on tab, here we are adding what we call conditions. So if this and this are right, then take me here. If this and this are wrong, let me remain here and maybe show the user something. So here click on add conditions. So you might see, so case 1 is maybe login successful. So we're going to give condition in which case we can allow the user to proceed. So we'll say that when here you have tons of them, but for now what we are going to use is test on widget, because all these are widgets. So if the test on, and this is where it's important that you name your everything you are doing. So these two might confuse you, and I think what we need is username. Where is it? So these two. So if the test on widgets is equals to, let's put it as John Doe at Laria Pista Fee, for example, and then the test on password, so this one, and it's highlighted also there, equals to hello 123, for example. Then what else do we need? We need to open, we can say that okay, the login successful. So for that reason we need to navigate to, let's say, let's go to the map. Take us to the map page. So that is when it's successful. Then we can add another case, in the case where it is not. So case 2, login fail. Just this is fine. And here you can say that if test on username, this one does not equals to John Doe at Laureate Fee, and password on this does not equals to hello 123. Then what we want to do, we want to set, first of all, what we need to do is to show this one. So we want to show the error message, which is this one. Make it visible. Fine. And then we also want to make sure that we can set, let's say, we have to look for error. I think I click on the wrong one. So we can, here there should be, set error state of now username. Okay, good, this is fine, to true. And then we can also set error state of the password also to true. Okay, let's try to preview what we have. So if we go forward, it's opening in a different tab. So we have here, and then let's first of all try to do so now you see when I click, it goes immediately. So this will guide me to know what to type here. So first of all, if we click on this turns red and it shows the error message, which is fine. If I then go ahead and type John Doe at Laureate Fee and then hello 123 and click, then we are directed to this page, which is the embedded, and we can go back to this what we had, so which is this. So this is how to create a login and then the tab. I hope this was also clear. Next one, let's quickly do something here. So in most cases you want to let's look at cases if you have an application where the user have a profile and there's a profile detail where you want to allow the user to be able to edit at any point. Let's put it this way: edit their details at any point. So this is where this might be handy. So let me first try to get an image to this. Let me put one of my images to this and see. So let's put this one there. Yes. Okay, not as I have imagined. So this is becoming, or maybe I can just actually drag the image straight away and try to find a balance for it. Just a second. I'll drag something there. I'll just use my own image. Just try that. Okay, the image is not coming, so I guess it's too big to come. Let's try again with this. Okay, and then with shift I can scale it down to what I want. So let's do this. Okay, and then with this I can actually maybe just keep it this way. So this person have a form, like let's say, let's put some labels here. Name, for this example, let's just put 2. So name and maybe city, or okay, city is enough. And let's just put it here. Maybe this is too small. Make it, let's say, 18 here, and push this to, let's say, 18 as well. And then in between we want to place here. Okay, I'll just put some dummy name there. Maybe I don't want it to be that bold, so, and I don't want this to be, so this is should be fine. And then let's place here Expo. So, and for now let's put also a button here that says maybe edit. Good. So let's first select everything, convert this to dynamic panel. So this is the first page where you see the image and then the possibility to and then the content details. So here we can actually copy the same content here, and then let's try to create a second state. Here you can do it here, or click on outline, and from here you can actually make a copy of it, which is state 2. So I have now this. Maybe I'll just push this a little bit down. Okay, so if we go to this is the first state. For the second state we don't need this button, but what we need is maybe here we can turn this to a test field. So I'll rather put this one there and copy paste here. Oops, second state, delete this one and push this one there. So this is this place where we are actually editing the content. Undo. Let's again copy paste this one here and delete this one and name this one Expo. Okay, so, and then here I can then put in maybe 2 buttons. So one will be maybe update, second, and then the next one maybe I'll just drag this one and say cancel. Okay, so I still ensure that this is big enough so you can get some space here to even drag these ones down a little bit. So if user is here and they click on this small button here, what do we want to do? So when we click we want to set state. So on click, set panel state, this one to state 2. So if we click on this, we want to go to the edit mode, and then let's go then to the other side. So we are here now. One thing we need to do is make sure that all the elements are named. So here we will say that maybe LD1, and then maybe C1, that is the city. And then when we go back to the state 2, here we can name this as maybe LD2, and then this could be C2 as well, so city 2. So if we are sort of let's say we've changed something here and we want to pass that information to the other side, so we will say that on click or on tab, we want to set tests on, so the test on C1 or LD1, which is behind, so LD1, set it to test on widgets. And which widget is it? This one, LD2. Where is it? There is it. So if we click on this, of course, we also have to say that at the same time. Okay, let's finish first. Also, when we do the same, we want to set the test on C1, this one, to the test on widgets C2. Yeah, so whatever we type here, we want it to push it there. And then at the end of the day, we want to move to the panel state 1. And then if we also click on this, straight away no changes will be passed, but we will just say that on click, set panel state to state 1. That's it. So let's preview what we have now quickly. Again, it's opening on my other. So there we have it. So now you see these are not editable, but if I click on this, it takes me here, and now I'll change this to John Doe, and let's change this to Helsinki, and now let's update. So John Doe, Helsinki. If we go back, I can then, if I just put this to Expo and I decide not to update but click cancel, then I also have mine. So again, that is how to create edit form or pass. Again, in this case, we are also passing value from one widget to the other. So typical example, normally when you log into a system, you type your username and your password, and then as soon as you are logging, at the top right or something, you will see welcome or your username is there. So they are passing that value which you put into the username field to your account. So that's a typical example. And let's do this switch and off before we bring this session to an end. So on and off. So again, this one I could quickly, let's place this here, and again, let's probably put it this way, and then try to get this circle here. Okay, and this could be a little bit, let's fill it a little bit. Yeah, this, and then we don't need the border, for example, maybe a little bit closer. So this is one area, and maybe I could select everything and right click and convert this to a dynamic panel, because I need one state where it's kind of a selected and the other which is not. So the second state, let's click here and maybe copy. So we have two states. We need to decide which one is. So let's say this will be the beginning, and when we click, we want to switch it here. So let's go to state 2. In this case, I want to move this one here, and then I need to probably change this to blue, and then I also want to change this to a little bit, maybe not full blue, but this could be fine. Okay, so now that we've been able to put, if you click on it, we have two states, state 1, state 2. We can then place interaction on this. So on click, maybe we could say that we want to move it like a wrap. So as soon as you click, toggle on and off. So let's see which could be the say show. I don't want to say show state 2. I just want to toggle it. So let's see what I could use here. So let's click, and on click, set state of this. How come we have two of these here? So here we could say to nest and wrap from last to first. I'm wondering if I have the right one. So let me name this as switch. Missing the W. So switch. And now just to make sure I'm on the right one, let's delete this and add it again. So I'll click on this, and then here I'll say the set states of switch, okay, to nest and wrap it. I think animation could be a bit, maybe, I don't know, but let's keep it as simple as that. And let's preview this, what we see. So if I click, now it goes like that. So yeah, this will be your on and off. Perfect. The next thing quickly before we end this is the, should I bring this one a little bit down here? Okay, anyway, I may have done something, or did I intentionally drag it there? Okay, so that will be the pop-up. Let's look for something. So here I can probably look for something like a bubble or something. Let's take this as let's take this as a copy, and let's go back to the form. So here we'll do both, maybe pop up and pop over, and with the shift control I can probably do this and say, okay, maybe not what I want. Let me look for something much more. Let's say that when we click on this, we want the image to pop up as big. Good, that will be a good example. So what I can do, I'll take the image back again, or maybe just take this and then make it a little bit bigger. and from here I'll just take that image. Yes. Okay. Not as I wanted, but I think I could make use of this one. Okay, so let's put it this way, that here, and then maybe I need to be able to close this as well, so I might need this. So let's put these together and then group them as pop-up. And then here I'll select this one and say that on click, hide pop-up, hide pop-up. Okay, and now we can actually set this to hidden as a start, and then here we will then put the interaction on this one. So on click, show pop-up. We want to show the pop-up. If you click more, you will get more, so and treat it as a light box and bring forward if it is below. So, and even here I could also make it a little bit enable shadow, so something like that. Good. So now if we try to preview this on our page, let's go to the edit form, and here if I click on this one, okay, so it's appearing like that, something like this, and then if I click on this, it goes. So that's how to create a pop-up, and I hope this was also clear to you. So we've been able to show you how to embed, video map, login, tabs, edit form, switch, and pop-up. Hope this will be helpful in your project. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will say maybe good luck with your project.